Hi, I ordered the Hot Frog Living Composter worm bin from Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. Here it is. There came with a little brick of potting soil, maybe just as a gift. I added on 250 red wiggler worms. I added the little rake. It comes with an information pamphlet as what to do when you first get your worms and how to get them introduced into your bin. A little instruction for assembly, coconut coir block for bedding, the 4 legs of the bin, and some shredded paper for the bedding. Installation was a breeze. It took all of 5 minutes. Popped in the wooden legs. The screws went in really easy and quick. The drain spout screws right on the bottom, and there's a really easy to use lever to open and close. Pop a little grill in there, and then on the bottom of the tray I put some wet grocery bag. Don't have any newspaper. I made the worm bedding myself several days in advance. I put some shredded or cut up toilet paper rolls, some corrugated cardboard, some shredded paper, along with the coconut coir that I had purchased previously. And I just want to show you I can squeeze out just a little bit of water. Several days ago, I added to the bedding some coffee grounds, ground eggshell, carrot pulp from Jamba Juice, some worm chow that I made, which I'll talk about in the next video. I wanted to inoculate the bedding with some happy microbes to entice the worms to stay in the bedding when I introduce them. And here they are, Uncle Jim's red wigglers. They were moving already so much when we opened up the bag. I sped it up here to show them working their way into the bedding. They want to get away from the light, and they just immediately started burrowing down. There were still some worms stuck in the bag, and they had crawled into the fibers of the bag, but I was able to pull them out of the bags without hurting them, thankfully. Uncle Jim recommends keeping the bin uncovered for the first 24 hours to let the light drive and keep the worms down in the bin, to keep them from trying to crawl out as they acclimate. I'm hoping that there's enough food and goodness in the bedding that they will just stay down. And I didn't want to risk the worms all escaping, so I am going to cover this bin. The batch of worms came with a good mix of adult and juvenile worms. I was super excited to also see a whole handful of cocoons. So earthworms apparently lay the cocoons and put their eggs inside of it, and I've read that they can put up to several eggs, up to 20 eggs in each cocoon. So I'm really excited to have little babies be born. And here's a little example of the cocoons. So I am going to put the lid back on the composter and then come back tomorrow and feed the worms with the food that I've been preparing for them. And I'm excited to show you guys and talk to you guys about the food that I've been making and preparing for my little worm babies. See you then.